So I'm going to continue this. The number of digits of the 19% prime. So to go back to that 1281 again. The number of digits of the 19% prime is 1281 digits. Okay, that means it's a number with 1281 zeros. Okay, 1 plus 1280 zeros, so total becomes 1281. Okay. 1281st additive prime is 25237. Again, look at this. Okay? Remember now, I just started with the 19th percent prime. You may not know what a percent prime is. Slow down, okay? Before you say, well, I don't understand these things, just slow down. 1281st additive prime is 25237. 2 plus 5 is equal to 7, plus 2 is 9, plus 3 is 12, plus 7 is 19. The prime number which corresponds to that has 19, and the sum of the digits is equal to 19. He made it simple for you. So the excuses are over. You have to ask yourself, why? Why is it? Why is it that the 1281st additive prime is 25237? That its sum of its digits adds up to 19 again. Okay. Now, this also happens to be a Chen prime. And its index in the Chen prime domain is 448. But 448 happens to be 361st composite and 360 first composite, and 361 is equal to 19 times 19 happens to be the 114th semi-prime. Note 114 is the number of surahs in the Quran. Okay. Why would 1281, which is discovered in 1962, was probably rendered that it is the 19th one after a few years because they had to check and make sure that they didn't miss any other percent prime before that. So it takes time for these things to develop. Say mid-60s. And they made sure of that. Or it could be 70, I don't know. Okay. Why would that generate the number of surahs in the Quran? 114. Okay. 448's additive prime happens to be 7019. Well, there we go. 114's index additive prime is 7019 and happens to be the 619, corresponds to 619 prime. 114th prime is 619. And that means index additive prime is 808, which is the index of 6211 is equal to 7019. It happens chapter 62, which called Friday, has 11 verses. Okay. So, first thing, we don't want to go to Jummah praise. Jummah praise doesn't mean Friday praise. This and that, the others. Okay, fine. Okay. Look at these numbers. These numbers are speaking to us. 808 verse in the Quran happens to be 619. The 114th prime is 619, I just said. Again, goes back to the Quran. 7019 is the 903rd prime number, but 903rd is the 748th composite. 748th lonely prime happens to be 9127. And Surah 9 has 127 verses. 7019 happens to be the numerical value of the verse 9127. Okay. You can actually verify that for yourself with a Excel file or something, if you like. And write all of those things, cut and paste in some Excel file, and it actually tells you how many letters it has. Or in a Word file. It tells you exactly how many methods it has. And then you can do the thing, assign the numbers to them, and it actually adds up all the numbers too. So you don't have to do much. But anyway, so that's what God has given us. This is how you can talk to somebody that is not speaking your language. This is something which is universal, multiversal, if you will. You can speak to all God's creation. And that's how God has inspired this to us. And as I said, we are honored, we are blessed, we are hugely blessed and pleased with this huge, enormous favor that God has bestowed upon us. And this again is not by accident, and may God keep us worthy of this. So we'll receive more of these fruits, more of these signs that God has given us. So we'll increase our faith. That's what God says. It would increase the faith of the faithful. So that's the beauty of this universe. Again, every day, as I said, we are growing. We are growing as the universe expands. We are not thinking the same way that we did before. Okay. As I said, you can look at the Google search box and just type in how many particles in the universe. Because like it tells you between 10 to the 78 and 10 to the 82 atoms in the universe. Most of the stuff in the universe is hydrogen, which has one atom. So the number of protons are basically of the same order. And the rest of the stuff are puny compared to the amount of hydrogen in the universe. Okay? So if you even put in all the photons and all of the neutrinos and everything, add them up in there, it's probably going to go to 2 to the 90 or something. 10 to the 90. That means 90 zeros. It's a 90-digit number. That's what it means. Okay? And here we have 1,281 digits. God says that He assigned a number to everything. In chapter 72, verse 28, that's what God says. And you can imagine how vast His creation is. So, and then we saw here again another Mersenne prime that had over 800,000 digits. Can you imagine that? 800,000 plus digits? Okay. So where is it? Where is this creation of God? I mean, this is amazing. And you have to remember this, okay? Remember the following. That 10 to the 80 or 10 to the 90 particles in this universe. Okay, that's an estimate. Okay. So if you add one more universe to it, that just becomes 2 times 10 to the 80. 2 times, okay? If you add 10 universes or 9 universes, it becomes 10 universes. Then that becomes just one order. It becomes 10 to the 81. Can you imagine that? It's additive. That's the thing. Okay. That's the amazing part about this whole thing. It shows it's incomprehensible to us. So that's why you have those verses that God is telling us about. In chapter 36, 81, He tells us that the one who has created the vacuum and matter is not able to create the likes of it. Yes, indeed, He is. Okay, so a rhetorical question that God is asking. So these things actually manifest itself in that fashion. Okay. And we're grateful. So I'm going to stop here and